Viewers, now the India stock markets opened on the back foot today following the US President Donald Trump's announcement of the tariff rates on various countries. The BSE Sensex was at 83,351, down 91 points or 0.11%, while the Nifty 50 was at 25,450, lower by 12 points or 0.05%. All right, Riya Dwivedi, my colleague, joins me live with more updates. What are you picking up as the performance by the India, markets and also the Sensex reflecting at this point of time as the numbers are also being tracked?
Yes, currently what you can see on your screens, viewers, this is BSE Sensex, and currently it stands at 83,436.28, and it has fallen by 0.0074% today, and it falls by 6.20. So currently this comes amid the ongoing Trump's tariff war that we have been seeing for quite some time, especially after he has given out letters to at least 14 nations. Now you can see on your screen Nifty 50, which stands at 25,449.90, and it has fallen by 0.045% today, and by 11 points. And you can see those numbers continue to change. Currently now it has fallen by 0.050%. So that's Nifty 50. And now when we talk about US markets, NASDAQ stands at 20,412.52, and it has fallen by 0.92%, and by 188.59. That's the number that it has fallen down from. And when we are talking about Dow Jones Industrial Average, it stands at 44,406.36, and it has fallen by 0.94% today, and obviously the fall has been seen by 422.17%. Those are the numbers that are looking like. Currently the market has been reacting, but it's not as bad as we anticipated, but that's the number of currently when we're talking about the US market and the Indian market. Back to you, Simran.
Absolutely. In fact, Riya, continue to stay with us at this point of time. We are also looking at more details coming in, and as the big announcement by the United States President Donald Trump is concerned, the world is watching over the tariff trade announcement, and Dr. Sharat Kohli, of course, joins me live on the broadcast. How do you react at the performances by the markets this morning? Sensex and how the numbers are coming also are very crucial, given the juncture as the big announcement that also dominated the lot of activity, and also the reflection of the markets has been finally given out, the big announcement over the tariffs that have been announced by the US President Donald Trump. Dr. Sharat Kohli.
Good morning, Simran. Good morning to the viewers of NewsX. I think the Indian markets are very, very flat. We call them as flat markets. They are in consolidation mode. The markets had pretty much factored, especially the American market, they had factored in Donald Trump's tariff announcement. So they are not getting surprised by what happened when those 13, 14, 15 letters being given for tariffs to be levied from 1st of August. As far as Indian markets are concerned, I think we can also call this as a wait and watch mode. The Indian markets are waiting to hear what is the final deal. Is it an interim deal? Is it a mini deal? Is US agreeing to drop out dairy and agri from the basic deal, is going to spare those two and still do a friendly deal with India? I think the market is in a wait and watch mode. It's in consolidation mode. That is why you're not seeing any major movement. It's been like that for the last 2-3 days. Well, we should not forget, Simran, that markets were down when the tariff announcements in April were made. They came down to 21,500. I'm talking of the Nifty. From there, it has recovered almost 3,000 points. We are now 24,500. And we should not forget 25,400, 4,000 points. We are not too far from the all-time high of 26,277 as far as Nifty is concerned. I think the moment that this deal is announced, you will find the undertone of the market is bullish. You will find the markets going up. And I think investors can then chip in for long-term investment. The traders and investors, they are pretty much factored in, because this whole drama of tariff has been going on for several weeks now. All the markets around the world have pretty much digested the implications. Although, having said that, I would like to add, Simran, that if this causes a recession in the US, If this causes a fall in the dollar, then of course the markets around the world will start reacting. But the impact of that would only be known after a few weeks, Simran.
Well, absolutely, as there are key things that have changed overnight, as the markets have also responded in another rather unexpected manner, as gift Nifty Trump tariffs announcement did take place. Dr. Sharat Kohli continue to stay with us, sir. On these developments, what we are learning further is that Asian markets have traded mostly higher, where the US stock market ended sharply lower overnight after Trump's tariff announcement. Now, after the tariff announcement, much developments have happened while we speak about the Indian trade market and also the US stock market. But what's interesting is to note how exactly in the coming days the US stock market is also going to react to the kind of uncertainty, as the Indian stock market also ended flat amid the uncertainty over the India-US trade deal.
Well, I think the US markets, as I said, Simran, have pretty much digested what Donald Trump is going to do. As I said, I would like to reiterate that the impact of these tariffs, when the final tariff announcements are done, although he has postponed the levying of tariffs from 1st of August, and you never know, knowing Donald Trump, between now, we are into 8th of July and 1st of August, there is a lot of gap. President Trump for, backfiring, he changes his statement morning, evening, afternoon. So things are uncertain, but the whole tariff hoopla has been digested by the market. As I said, I would like to say again that the impact of these tariffs on the US economy needs to be seen. That will only be known in a few weeks, because I have a feeling that this is going to fuel inflation, because he's levying tariffs on various countries. He's going to make goods expensive for himself unless US is able to produce all the goods itself, which is not possible. So once he starts importing expensive goods, this is going to fuel inflation. The Fed is not going to cut the rates. That will have a negative impact on US economy. It was already in negative the last quarter as far as US GDP was concerned. If the US GDP for April-June numbers also come in negative, then US will formally be in recession. I don't know how President Trump is going to handle that situation, because the big and beautiful bill, which has recently been passed in the assembly there, is already putting a hike on spending, which means the US is further going to sink into debt. So I think the impact on US economy, Simran, needs to be seen in the next few weeks. As far as India and rest of the world is concerned, I think we are fine. People and the countries will gradually learn to either not to export things to US or export them at higher tariffs. It is up to the US. If it wants it expensive, it's fine. If it doesn't want, it's fine. I think the markets around the world have pretty much accepted that fact. Simran.
Absolutely. In fact, now, Dr. Sharat Kohli, thank you very much with your latest inputs and putting this in perspective, how the markets are reacting to the uncertainty, as there is also, in fact, suspense mounting over the India-US trade deal.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.